It looks so nice sitting here in the corner of the church, right next to what? Altar. Welcome to another video and to another organ. Today I'm at St Michael and All Angels Church in Downholme, just outside of Richmond in North Yorkshire, to look at this lovely little one manual pipe organ. Firstly, if you haven't been to this channel before, my name's Paul and I visit pipe organs all over the place, wherever I can get in. So if you're not yet subscribed, I'd be so grateful if you would hit that subscribe button, which is down here somewhere, and join me on these visits. But without further ado, let's have a look at the organ. So I'd never ever heard of Downholme before. I didn't even know this place existed. It's a stunning little village, apparently with a population of about 50 people, that's all. There's a pub and there's a church and a couple of houses, that's it. But it is so nice in such lovely surroundings, it's stunning. This organ was built by an organ builder which I've never heard of before, I'll be brutally honest. It was built by Ingram Company, who apparently were based in London, Hereford and Liverpool. But apparently this organ was built on their site in Edinburgh in Scotland, and this organ was built in 1910. This is a tracker action organ. As you can see, it's a one manual. The stops are here above the manual. It's a lovely looking organ. The church itself is stunning. It fits into the church really nice. It's so cold I haven't even played a note yet, but we're going to start by having a look at the stops as usual. So let's have a go. So I feel a little bit anxious sitting here perched on this stool. I've never seen a stool like this before. It's obviously an organ bench, but rather than putting feet on the bottom to make it a little bit higher, they've put this box on the top, and I'm really anxious that if I turn round or forget it's there, I'm going to slide off the end. So if I suddenly vanish out of view, that's probably what's happened. This, by the way, has an electric blower. It is a discus blower, but to my left here, I don't know if you can see past me and I daren't move, there is the original hand pump, the front pipe work. There are two towers here, both comprising of 3 open diapason stops, and there's also flats here above my head. But going back to what I originally said, let's have a look at the stops. And the first stop, obviously on the grate, is an 8-foot open diapason. It's here on the right and it sounds like this. That's so bright and sharp and a lovely light action. Obviously it's bright because I'm sat right here in front of the pipework. It's not a very big church, so I'm sure it really fills this church, I'm sure of that. So that's the 8-foot open diapason. As I say, these front pipes are comprised of the open diapason. While we're on the 8 foot, I'm going to move to the other end of the stops, and we have a flute. It is an 8-foot hall flute. Super in tune as well, and very sharp. By the way, this organ is tuned and maintained regularly by Spink. so I'm not surprised that this organ's in tune. They always are. Next we have an 8-foot Dulciana. That doesn't feel quite as sharp as you would expect. It doesn't seem very responsive, possibly down to the pipe work, but a nice tone. Next we have, as you would expect, a 4-foot Principal. Very nice. And finally, a walled flute. It's a 4-foot on its own. Nice. Let's try that with the 8-foot hall flute. Such depth, that is lovely. And that's all the stops on this little one manual, or certainly all the manual stops. It sounds really nice. Also on this organ there is one pedal stop, which we'll look at now, and it is a 16-foot Borden. By the way, the pedal board is a concave radiating pedal board. There is also a swell box. I'm not sure how much of this organ is enclosed. There will be a link on the National Pipe Organ Register down in the description. There might be more information on there, but from here I can't really see. But there is a ratchet swell pedal. Let's just see what that sounds like. Very effective, actually. And there is also, I'm very anxious about slipping off this. There's also 2 combination pedals. One puts everything out, and the other one just leaves us with 2, the flute and the Dulciana. Pretty nice. Going back to the pedal stop, it's a 16-foot Borden, which sounds a few notes off there, unfortunately. The Borden is right round the back. Hopefully you can see some pictures of that about now. Like I say, unfortunately a few stops off. That's a shame, there's a few central stops off. But there is also here a coupler, a manual to pedal, which, oh dear me. So obviously there's a few notes off, but it still seems quite beefy, the notes that do work. I've triggered a cipher. There we go, it's off. But overall, I think this is a really nice organ. It looks so nice sitting here in the corner of the church, right next to what? Altar. Sorry, my lips are numb and I can't get my words out. My brain's not working very well. But it's a lovely organ. It's a lovely action, again built by somebody I've never ever heard of, Ingram Company. Perhaps if you know more about Ingram Company, perhaps you can leave that information in the comments well, certainly for me. But again, just such a nice organ. So let's try something on the full organ, or bits of the full organ, and see what it sounds like. I'm so sorry, I just can't get my words out today. Let's have a go. Fleeting visit, but I'm so impressed with this organ. I might come again in the summer when I can think and my brain's working and my lips aren't numb, but such a lovely organ. Thank you for watching, and also a big thank you to Andra, who has kindly agreed to let me come along here and film this video and to have a look at the organ, obviously. Thank you very much indeed, and until next time I shall see you later. Bye for now. Extra little bit of footage there.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to mention that this top slides on and off, so it is protected from the elements.